Hello Aries, how are you? Today's September 23rd. The sun is in Libra. Yesterday was the equinox. There's a little hi from Zoe. So welcome to Libra season. Now today and tomorrow, Mercury in Libra is opposing Mars in Aries. So this can make you people's indecision in their what to do next may make you angry. You can be frustrated by not knowing what, like not having a clear picture of what to do. So just know that this for the next couple of days, there's Mars action and words are at odds, right? Mars wants to move, but already he's in retrograde, so he can't. So he's got something tied around his ankle, so he can't move as fast as he wants to. And on the other side, the brain processes are convoluted. So that can be a very sort of growing sense of internal frustration, but it only lasts a couple days. On September 27th, Mercury goes into Scorpio. That is, I actually really like Mercury in Scorpio because it's quite probing, wants to know the answers, looks at things from a different perspective, wants to know what's going on underneath, loves like mystery novels and stuff like that, and high drama TV. On the 29th, Saturn goes direct. Now, Saturn has been sitting at 25 degrees Capricorn for all of September, and he will be there for most of October as well. That is a very long time for a planet to be sitting on 1 degree. So it may feel, there may be an area of your life that it's like you can't quite move it. It's like you can feel it's almost there, but you can't quite get it moving forward. That will loosen up a little on the 29th, but it will really loosen up towards the end of October, because once he actually starts moving off of 25 and into other degrees and then kindly out of Capricorn, that's when you'll really start to feel it. And now remember, this is the third pass over these degrees. This is the last time he will be at these points for 28 to 30 years. So he's going to be trying, like I said last time, he's going to be trying to accomplish quite a bit between now and December. And then once Saturn hits Aquarius, it should ease up some. First of all, Jupiter will hit Aquarius before Saturn, and then Saturn will follow suit. And once those two guys are out of Capricorn, they make a much nicer aspect to Aries. And so by December, a lot of the tension that we've been living with, particularly in 2020, will be gone, or will have dissipated. Anyway, I've decided to make my life difficult today by using my Dutch deck. It's just that I love it, these fractal art cards. So I'm going to have to put you on pause for a second after we pull the card so I can translate it. But let's get the weekly energy now for Aries, week of September 23rd. What's the weekly energy for Aries? Weekly energy for Aries. What's the overall energy for the week for Aries, September 23rd? Okay. 32. So that's a 5. Lots of little swirls of activity going around. So hold on one second. Let me look this one up. Okay, ready? So it's called the Nourishing Universe. This card contains all aspects of being nurtured and sustained by the higher forces. Let the full flow of loving energy within you nourish and sustain you. This healing energy spirals and is available to you at all times. That's what those little spirals are there. She is around you and embraces you. You are never alone on your life journey. You are always supported. There is always care for you. The nourishing feminine energy takes you in her arms. Rest there for a while. Let it comfort your heart. Let it heal your wounds and kindly and lovingly guide you on your life path. Okay, so that's a nice little hug from the universe to start off with. Perhaps feeling more nourished. Now let's get the rest of the cards before we put it together. What's the challenge energy for the week for Aries. Challenge energy for Aries week of September. Of course, very, very Mars. So Knight of Swords, fighting energy. Like I said, this Mars and Mercury opposition can make us feeling a little bit overly aggressive. You know, like maybe somebody can't figure out what they want to have for lunch and we kind of like snap. And this is kind of saying, all right, just pour a little bit of like honey on that armor, because things are not as tough. You know, you don't have to be so aggressive. Let me get one more card, see how this plays out. So yes, if you feel the need to fight and are feeling particularly aggressive, step into your very fluid, feminine energy. Like whatever is your nurturing ritual. If you like to take a bath, if you like to have oatmeal for breakfast, if you like to pet cats, whatever is sort of something that soothes your soul, that may be where you want to be spending some time this week. What's the lesson for the week? September 23rd. What's our lesson this week? Oh, okay. And yeah, I'll take both. All right, loyal heart and time for a nap. So a 6 and an 8. And here, what do we have here? We have a 5. So yeah, loyal heart is about, you know, being constant, being faithful, being committed. And someone may show this energy to you. This may be you towards someone else, that instead of fighting, you choose to actually step into this. You know, someone may piss you off that is very near and dear to you, and instead of attacking them, perhaps this is the energy that you need to be channeling. And then, of course, like I said, it's a week of trying to find or spending some time in your nourishing rituals, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel at peace. That's where you want to be sort of spending your time. But because you may be tempted, lured into getting into fights here. Can I get energy at the beginning of the week and at the end of the week? How does the chapter start and end this week? 2 cards. How does the chapter start and end for Aries this week? How does this, okay. Cleaning house. Okay, so that's a 10. So you may actually be cleaning house. You may find some solace and nurturing in just taking care of the things you need to take care of. Cleaning house may also be, you know, sort of like straightening up those loose ends. September is always like that back to school energy. I have 8 million things to do between stuff I have to get ready for, my daughter has to get ready for. You know, it's a very busy month. And so you may have some loose ends that need to be cleared up. Let's get the end of the chapter at the end of the week. Okay. Oh, so it's nice. The wishing well. You know, keeping an eye on the prize, remembering what it is that you're working towards, not losing focus on your vision of where you want to get to. It's interesting. These are kind of all over the place. Let's see what else we have. Like, there's not one. It's very descriptive again. Like, these are the clear energies that are going to be showing up. There may be a temptation to fight. You want to take care of yourself as much as you can. And in this, in nurturing yourself it's not only like food and stuff. You nurture your body, but you also nurture your soul. And so if you're feeling, because of that Mars Mercury opposition, if you're feeling like angry even with yourself, this fighting can be internal as well. It's reminding you to take a more optimistic viewpoint. And if things are a mess right now, that it's just sort of simply step by step cleaning up what you can, right? Clean up the house is, it can also apply to your life. So if there's too many pieces that are going out, it's like, okay, well, what can we throw out? What can we keep? Very nice bottom of the deck energy there. Can I get 3 cards for the story this week? What's the story this week? Gosh, really nice energies. Ace of Cups. Got this last week also. 2 more cards, please. And this also goes back into that nourishing yourself. Two more cards. Two more cards. I feel like there's like a peace offering, right? So if you've had a fight with someone and maybe you're not speaking, again, I don't know the situation, it's not going to be for everybody, but something here says if it's like a petty fight and you're really kind of stuck in that Mars and Aries energy, that there's something you need to clean up, so it's like cleaning up your own house, not in the figurative sense. Maybe perhaps making an apology, doing something to soothe this situation, right? Whether it's fighting or whether it's just things are out of order, there's a bit of a mess. This kind of energy, because here we have like this very nice energy that sort of washes over this more harsh energy. And this is very Libra, right? Like diplomacy, the two sides balancing out, taking a nap, like coming at things. Perhaps you're coming out of a Virgo season with like so much, like you've been on supercharged, and now it's kind of time to step into a different energy, a more dreamy energy, a softer energy. 2 more cards, please, for Aries for the week of September 23rd. Hold on, it's a good one. I'll be right back. Ace of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Hello. I'm waiting now for like the Tower to come up. Also got the 4 of Swords, so take a nap. Yeah, to me it's like stop fight. There's this aspect here of coming in from the energy from the past, feeling a little bit aggressive, feeling even maybe like, oh my God, I just have so much stuff to do. The house is a mess. I have to blah, blah, blah. And moving into a much more sensual, enjoyable energy. Okay, Page of Pentacles, at least not. And there's, what do I have? The Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. Page of Pentacles there. So yeah, so kind of a little less aggressive. There's some sort of offering here, right? Because the 10 of Pentacles is surrounded by 2 people making offers. They are sort of in different directions. But you may have someone, there may be an apology. There may be some sort of ask. Someone may want to offer you something. There's definitely some kind of offer here that's nice. I don't know if you maybe meet someone new, meet someone younger, meet an earth sign. That could be quite productive, because the Page of Pentacles offers 1, but at the heart of the reading is a 10. And then it's like exactly what he's offering you is exactly what you were wishing for, right? So there may be some sort of really nice communication that comes in about, or some sort of proposal. Could be monetary, could be romantic, because we have the Ace of Cups here. But it's, like I said, there's a very clear shift, and this has been happening the last couple of weeks. There's a clear shift of energy from the sort of the beginning to the end. Coming out of sort of an aggressive, menial energy, right? Like, nobody likes to clean the house. I mean, some people do. I actually have a friend who, when she's stressed, she cleans the house, and that calms her down. I clean the house and I get angry. But, you know, this isn't pleasure energy. This isn't what we look at and we're like, oh, I feel so good and so relaxed and so happy. And what comes in here is really, you know, sort of a nice week of enjoyment. Maybe go out for a drink with a friend, catch up with the family, work on new projects, you know, spend some time with, I don't want to say with younger men because that sounds really weird. But, you know, or with your teenage sons, hanging out with them. It's very much about sort of feeding your heart, nourishing yourself, nourishing your wishes, turning internally into soothing this energy away and moving into a much more optimistic, peaceful, did I say optimistic? I think I said optimistic. You know, this guy, he's just starting out. He's got all the hope and, I'll put in quotes, naivete of somebody who's just starting out on things for the first time. So it's almost like looking at life again with new eyes and moving away from this sort of tension that lurks here from the past. Get your rest when you need it. But yeah, spend time with things that are near and dear to your heart, whether they be personal passions, whether they be people, whether they be ideas, books, anything. It's really about soothing the energy this week. Now let me get an advice card. Hold on, I gotta put you on pause because I didn't bring them. Okay, let's get a card of advice for Aries, please, for the week of... All right. Interesting. Now, I noticed this. I did another reading today, and there was a lot of fire energy that came up, and I actually changed my shirt before I did. I had on like a green one before, and I put this one on. So there's a little bit also of that fiery passion, I think, that comes up here. So here we have Goddess Bastet and Cat's Eye, and the message is sacred pleasure. Let's just read that for a sec. It's a 44, so an 8, and we know the 8 is the abundance. Okay, so we bring you the empowerment of sacred pleasure. It is said that the spirit had to be enticed into the body to give up its complete freedom and willingly take on an experience of limitation that could lead to divine growth. It needed the deal to be sweetened. So music was created, music that could only be felt and expressed through the body. Spirit jumped in like a flash and life was created. There is more life that can be created in you and your world. Although there are undoubtedly struggles as a natural part of opening up to more life, there's divine sweetness too. That is the gift of sacred pleasure. This is the pleasure that gives you joy in your aliveness. It is innocent, that's what I said here, sensual and life-affirming. It's time for you to receive more of this. The oracle says it's time to put a little sugar in your bowl. So I'll just read this first paragraph here. Pleasure and pain are part of the dance of life. You can enjoy pleasure without fearing you'll become addicted to it and no longer be able to bear your pain. In fact, knowing you have access to genuine natural pleasure can be a way to manage pain more effectively. It might seem strange, but there can be an addiction to pain just as much as an addiction to pleasure. Perhaps even more so, considering the state of most people's lives these days. Pain has its rightful place in life, but pleasure does too. Oh, listen, this is interesting. So for many people, and I love, just look at the colors here. This thing is like raging like a fire in the center of the table. I love it. So for many people, there is actually pain that arises when they first learn how to feel genuine pleasure. Confusion, shame, guilt, and fear of being lazy can enter the mind and cause tension in the body, making it difficult to let go and be an experience of enjoyment. Pleasure is a form of release. It is about surrender and letting go for the moment. Okay, so that's kind of it. Like, we're coming out of this space, especially Virgo moment, where we were like busy little bees. Mars in Aries has us all kind of and especially with the opposition to Mercury right now, we may be like in super fight mode. And really the universe is asking us to kind of like chill the F out. Sorry, I would normally curse, but YouTube punishes you. So, like go to your happy place kind of thing. Go enjoy some time with your friends, with your family, hang out with people who make you feel young and alive, daydream, think about, spend some time reveling at the wishing well, like what do I wish for? Nourish your heart, make it, be loyal to your own heart ultimately at the end of the day. And maybe it's like, could be spending time with other people, enjoying sacred pleasure. It could also be just balancing out some of this negative energy or some of this masculine energy about doing and stepping into a more relaxing space of being, enjoying, nurturing. So it's like all very Venusian. Pleasure is Venus territory. We are in Libra time. So, take this. The universe is inviting you to like chill out and have a good time. So I think we should listen. Hope this was helpful. Have a lovely week. Looks like if you want to, you'll have a really lovely week. So good on everyone out there. And I will see you next time. Take care.